This is my new account, Kinda Slotty. I love filling in the collection log, but I want to take things one step further by limiting my access to it. In order to open up new content, I'm going to have to take advantage of the very few sections that I start with. But I have to be careful, because if I fill in a slot from a page I haven't unlocked yet, it's game over. So join me as I embark on a brand new, unique adventure, unlocking RuneScape one page at a time. Welcome to Log Locked. So I totally thought that I actually put this in at the end of the last video, but in case you guys were wondering what we made from all of those clue scrolls, here it is, right here. This big old cash stack, all from everything that we did in the last video. Well, we accomplished a shitload in the last video, like more than I can even describe in a brief intro blurb here, including doing an absolute ton of clue scrolls. And thanks to doing all that, I was actually able to unlock both the hard and elite tiers in the collection log as well. So I got my first elite clue scroll here. Let's crack it open. Of course there's a master's in there. Why wouldn't there be? You know what? I'm just gonna leave it in the bank. I'm just going to leave it in the bank and we will do this in the future. I have a few different goals in this video. One of the first things I want to do is actually be able to unlock a few bosses here. I have 9 available unlocks right now, which is pretty crazy, but these are going to fall very, very quickly, as you guys are about to see. I want to train Slayer in this video, and a big part of training Slayer is, well, unlocking a bunch of stuff. In the Slayer tab, there's one thing that I'm currently looking at that is going to be a bit of a bother, and that is the Draconic Visage. This isn't only contained in this log, and that's a bit of a problem because obviously I don't want to ruin my account. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the other 2 bosses where it's available right now so that I don't have to worry about this and I can actually do dragon tasks without freaking out. So first of all, that is the KBD, which is a bit of a painful one because there's really not a lot in there. And the other thing I want to unlock is actually the first destination of this video, which is going to be Vorkath. We did manage to complete Dragon Slayer 2 at some point in the last video. I don't know, that video took me like a month to make. And I figured, hey, why not? I would really like to actually go and get the upgraded Avas, so let's start with that. Well, I was going to do Vorkath with melee, but I can't wear the Dragon Hunter Lance yet because I haven't done the Barbarian training. I guess step 1 of this video is go do the Barbarian training. Well, that actually only took like 5 minutes. I can now wear the Lance. All right, so first of all, I don't think that Tacit's giving me max hit really can't justify the purchase of prims when I'm gonna lose a bunch of money on them for this. So this is the gear setup I'm rocking, and I hear you all loud and clear. There's no way that I can keep getting away with it. I will finally go and get a fire cape. So before we go to Vorkath, let's go ahead, go to the collection log, and let's go to the fight caves, and let's open this up. The problem with this, realistically, I'm only ever going to get the fire cape from here, not the pet, and that's why I waited so long. There's only 1 slot. I just spent 10 slots to get 1 back, which is really not great in terms of investment, but the fire cape is really good. It's necessary, and I'd have to open this slot up eventually, or this page up at some point eventually. For melee strength bonus, it's just a max hit on its own. I might as well knock it out really quick. This would also be a really good time to bring up something that I haven't touched on in the series yet, and that is combat tasks. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get a whole lot of these on my first time going through this, but these are actually going to be pretty relevant to the future of the account. The more of these I get done, just gives a bunch of little quality of life things, more points at pest control, etc., like more clue scrolls. So I'm going to start getting a handful of these as I move on to the, quote, like more difficult content. For example, I'll get 4 points just for doing this. So I'm going to take a look, try and get a couple of these done during my first run. Probably nothing super crazy because I'm only 81 ranged and don't exactly have super amazing gear. I'm just going in here with D-hides and a blowpipe, but we'll see. I brought the Kristopher literally just because it's a long-range weapon. So aside from a completion, the main tasks that I'm going to be going for here are not letting the bats hit me at all and not letting the melee guys heal. I might not be able to get both of them in the same run, I'm not sure, but that's why I brought the crystal bow. It's just got a lot of range on it, so I'm hoping I can kill all the bats before they get to me, even at 81 range. I'm definitely gonna run out of run at some point, dude. Don't run into it, please. Thank you. Should be trapped behind this guy if I do this. Yeah, they're both dead anyway. This looks so cool. These are like my favorite NPCs, man. I should have just brought the Serpent to vet of these things, man. Do like no damage to it. This is so slow. This is so bad. Unironically, I think Crystal Ball might be better. This thing. I was bringing it for the achievement. Turns out I'm bringing it because I actually need it. Okay, nice. Alright, we don't have to. Alright, now let's go out here. Let's take 1 hit because that's also an achievement. Yeah, hit me. Of course, he's fucking 82, by the way. That's ridiculously high. Alright, so I lured Jad to the specific corner to try to make sure none of the healers hit him. I don't think any of them did, but I can't remember if the achievement is for them just not healing Jad or not healing at all, because I had to drag them and kill them. I'm gonna find out in a second here whenever I actually manage to land my last hit, dude. 81 range is just not great here. It's taking me back to the early days. It looks like I did get it. Nice. So there's a ton of combat achievements there. First of all, we managed to get ourselves... We got 4 points for a near miss, which is tanking a Jad hit. Denying the healers is, I think, not letting the meleeers heal. Denying the healers 2 is not letting any of the Jad healers heal. I did not let any of the bats hit me the entire time, and then I got the fire cape done. This one's just get the fire cape. That's a lot of points for a one run there, and of course, now we have the fire cape, which, admittedly, I'm very used to seeing an infernal cape on my back, but we'll save that for the future. That also rocketed me up to being extremely close to just getting the easy combat diaries done, so I'll very easily get that from doing a couple at Vork. I'm actually going to start off with a range setup, and it's not like a good range setup, but the reason for that is there are a few tasks at Vork that are just much easier done with range. This one, for example, I need to kill the spawn without using Crumble Undead, so I bought a dark bow to try that with, and then the walk, you need a blowpipe to do this one, so I'm going to try and get those two done, and once those are done, then I can move on to meleeing it. Okay, there's a spawn. Over there. That should do it. There we go. There's one task done already. 4 points. That was easy. I'm getting... Just got blasted there. There we go. There's another 5 points. Well, that's our first kill. We got ourselves, don't look at the time, I was looking for the achievements. Got ourselves 9 points on that one. So now I can actually go swap to melee and focus on the rest of the achievements and just getting some KC up. Before I do anything though, I actually already have enough to claim the easy combat achievements, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So the easy combat achievement one isn't that crazy. I get better chance of easy clues in case I get them from pickpocketing, a few more things from the Like a Boss Slayer stuff, and one pest control point, or one additional pest control point per game, which will be relevant in the future. Not super crazy though, but it's basically free, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on Runecraft. 5,000 experience. All right. Well, that should be 10 more points, and my screen is flashing for some reason, but that is, okay, it's not 10 more points. I only got Faithless Encounter, which is 6, that is for doing without prayer. Not sure why I didn't get the one for melee only. Maybe I'm not allowed to use the Slayer Staff to kill the spawn, but try that on the next one. So that should count as the melee kill, right? Yeah, alright. So I guess I just couldn't put on the Slayer Staff for that one. Alright, now from this point on, I'm just going to be killing it normally. I think I'm going to stay until maybe like 100 KC. Kills are a little slow right now just because, you know, my gear isn't super amazing, and I'm also not 99 attack. 100 KC just because I bought the gear. Why not? Oh, hey. 5 KC. There is the Vorkath's head. Cool. That is our upgraded assembler. Very nice to get that early, I guess, even though I'm not really using it here. All right, so if I head over here to Ava in Drainer Manor, I can go over to devices and make the Ava's assembler, which is somehow a medium task in the Lumbridge diary. All right, well, this does give you some range strength, so it is going to be super helpful for ranging, and I do plan on doing a decent bit of range while training Slayer, which I'll explain once we are done with these 100 kills. For now, back to the blue money printer. Hey, another Vorkath on 45 KC. But we're gonna have a few extras because we're coming up to 50 as well. What? Okay, another Vorkath back to back. Interesting. What? That's 3 in a row! The odds of that are actually statistically insane. That is, like, insane. What the fuck? Be a PB. Hey. Double A, I guess. That's 50 KC for a Vorkath. I saw a pop-up coming up and I thought I got the 115 time. I did beat my PB. We're at 123 now, but a few seconds I could potentially shave off, but I think just, you know, not being 81 attack and having better gear will very easily net me those PBs in the future. Hey, another Vorkath on 76. We are so stupidly ahead of the rate on these things. It's actually kind of nuts. You know, I picked the wrong thing to get lucky on this account. 81 KC, another Vorkath. All right. Another one. Come on. I believe in you. There we go. That is 100 Casey here at Vork, and a little 5-pointer for the combat achievements there. I kind of just wanted to stay to 100 because I bought the gear, and, you know, I know I'm going to lose a little money if I constantly buy and sell stuff, so I figured might as well stay here to, I don't know, make a little bit of profit. This is one of those bosses, though, that I don't know, it's just very boring to me. That's probably why it's so much money, because it's kind of boring. The drops are incredibly rare, so you're pretty unlikely to see anything. But now that this is done, let's go sell off the gear, sell off the loot tab, and I guess figure out how we're going to do Slayer. I think I'm going to make a purchase that a lot of you guys might be shocked by, and that is going to be the Venator bow. I've actually never had a chance to really use this thing while training, and I actually think it's going to be really good. I'm only 81 ranged. This would be a great opportunity during some of these Slayer tasks to be able to actually train my range, and it's pretty good in terms of helping me AFK, so give it a shot. No pun intended. Before I do anything though, I have to actually head back to Nightmare Zone because I just realized my Slayer helmet is not imbued, so I need to go get some more points. If your Slayer helmet's not imbued, it actually doesn't give the bonus damage and accuracy to range or mage. Definitely want to get that, especially because there's going to be some tasks here that I'm going to want to mage as well, since, you know, Barrage Slayer's a thing. And since I have quite a few more quests done now, I'm actually just going to go to a hard rumble. This doesn't make a lot of sense to most people, but this is the fastest way to get points in here. If I do the customizable one, it actually removes a lot of the potential points. We're gonna do it like this. If I have to reset a few times, it only costs 6k. Hopefully this won't take me more than an hour. First good use of the Venator bow is actually in Nightmare Zone. It just bounces between everything. It's kind of cool, man. I've never, like I said, I've never had the chance to genuinely use this thing, so it's an interesting weapon. All right, that should be enough points. If I go over here to the upgrade chest, I can now imbue my Slayer helmet, which is very nice. Now I can use range when doing Slayer. Now, because I'm going to be doing Konar Slayer, this is actually not entirely relevant, as the Venator bow isn't going to be used on every single task, only the ones where it can actually bounce and work properly, because in single way combat areas, this thing is hot garbage and is pretty much completely useless. Also, getting started on Slayer is the immediate reminder that I'm going to have to unlock a bunch of stuff constantly, and I'm immediately remembering why I stopped. I have a Hellhounds task right now, and Hellhounds can actually drop a Smoldering Stone, which is also contained in the Cerberus log. My brilliant decision is, at 58 Slayer, I'm going to unlock Cerberus because I have to. I mean, that the justification is I literally have to. Obviously, this isn't the only way. I could potentially just do only like Wilderness Slayer, do all of the boss variants just at their normal wilderness creature locations. Pretty much no chance of getting any log slots there. That just doesn't sound fun, and I'm gonna have to open this stuff up eventually anyway, so I just want to see how far these unlocks actually get me. Alright, bit of a freebie task, I'll take that. Black Demons in the Catacombs. I don't know if the Venator bow will work here, but I'll certainly try it. Man, Black Demons are too big. It would require additional setup. Active melee. Kind of forgotten I hadn't gotten one of these yet, but that's actually a Dark Totem Middle, which is a collection log slot, and it's in the Slayer section, so I obviously have it open. I've had the base already, but I guess I just thought I had a completed totem already. That means I have a couple free slots here that I didn't realize. Oh yeah, there's the Dark Totem top as well, so that's how those log slots knocked out. All right, Konar, what do you got? Bloodvelds? Good. Bloodvelds in the Slayer Tower? Bad. I'll still do it though. It's probably going to be a super quick task. Well, that is Black Boots. It is, you know, the Bloodveld unique, I guess. It is also my 300th unique collection log slot. So 30% of the way to the goal already. Pretty happy with that because, you know, it's all uphill from here. 3 adamant dragons. That's a tough one right there. That's pretty free. I'll do that. You know what's funny? I haven't actually trained Runecraft a single time. This is all from quests and Tears of Gothics, whatever the heck, you know, Tears of Runecraft. And there we go. That is 50 Runecrafting and base 50 stats. It's actually pretty close to time for me to train my fire making because otherwise Runecrafting's not going to be my lowest anymore. All right, that's pretty free. Bronze dragons. 3 rune dragons now. I'll try. I should really just get like a leaf-bladed sword. Honestly, that's probably my best bet. I guess I could buy a Zami Spear. I can afford a Dragon Hunter Lance, but is it really worth holding on to that constantly? Probably not. Zami Spears are probably pretty cheap. I totally forgot. Now that I'm 50 Runecraft, I can finally use this lamp from the Recipe for Disaster quest. It's been sitting in my bank for forever, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on there. There's 20,000 more experience, and I think there's one more lamp I can go claim as well. Pretty sure if I talk to Ivan here, I can get this other lamp back. Yeah, nice. The Tome of Experience. Which I can't use. I have to be level 60 for this one? Oh, that's kind of a lot. I don't think I want to get to 60 through just lamping. Yeah, you know what? I'm just using it on agility. I thought this one was also 50, and I was just gonna sneak 45,000 more XP in, or 60,000 more XP in, I guess. But I'll chuck it on agility. Agility's still a slow skill. Okay, Jesus. Maybe this is why it's level 60. 75,000 XP. Okay, Jesus. Okay, just fucking, how much XP was that? Like over 100k or something? Well, I got a level out of it. Yeah, also, I definitely have to train Herbalore pretty soon, and definitely fire making, because Runecraft is now not my lowest XP skill. Maybe some Wintertide on the horizon at some point. Might actually get to use the Venator bow on this one. All kind of just more of the same, but we're up to 64 Slayer now. More Hellhounds. So, Konar Slayer, definitely objectively one of the slower ways to train, just because I'm getting a lot of NPCs in very inconvenient locations, and I'm realizing that it's also going to stop me from being able to get a lot of barrage tasks. So chances are I'm not going to do this forever, but I'll probably do it until like 80 to 85 Slayer, maybe. I'm also a bit of a masochist, so very likely that I just grind all the way up to that level in this video. So I don't know what I just found. It's like an insanely huge Soul Wars bot farm on World 477. And then this guy, which is, you know, only a little suspicious, considering he also has no cape and looks like he is likely participating. Little suspicious. All right, there's 65 Slayer. That is a big one because it is Dust Devils. One of the best Slayer tasks in the entire game, to be 100% honest. Hopefully I get it a lot. Hopefully it's in the Catacombs. Hey, this is actually a really good task. Jelly's in the Catacombs. Now the question is, do I do this with magic or do I do this with range? Because the Venator bow is going to be pretty chill here. I can always AFK either stat, so ultimately it doesn't really matter all that much. I think I'll just go with range right now, because I already have the Venator bow. Might as well use it while I have it. Once I get to 85 Slayer, I'm probably selling it off, so. Dagannoth on Waterbirth Island. I could do the Dagannoth Kings, but there is a lot of items there that might be in other log slots. Let me look it over. All right. I'm not going to do this at Dagannoth Kings, and here's my logic. Editor, help me out here. The thing about Dagannoth Kings is, the rings they drop have a little bit of value. By a little bit, I mean a decent chunk for most of them. But the majority of the value that I would be able to get from a task like this would actually be from the Dagannoth bones. Now, currently, they are unnoted, which means I'd have to bank constantly, and it's just not worth doing because of how long it takes to get to the Dagannoth Kings. But in the future, I'll be able to complete the Elite Fremenic Diary. It's actually not too bad of a diary. 82 Runecraft is the highest stat. And once I have this diary done, then the bones will be noted. So it'll just be consistent and much better profit here, and I'll have better gear and, you know, max combat stats, so it should be a little easier then. For now, I think I'm just gonna focus on getting the Slayer XP. All right, I got a clue that requires Swan Song, so guess I'll do Swan Song in the prereq for it. Kind of been putting this one off because I've been doing a lot of questing lately and just didn't want to, but I really should. I'm gonna get a lot more clues that are gonna require these steps, so I should just get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it. He has stood around waiting for like an hour for everything to grow during this quest. Never mind, the quest isn't actually done. 6 years later. Garden of Tranquility completed. Poggers. There we go. Swan Song completed. Woo, fishing level. Worms. This is actually a very, very interesting task. And I have a good feeling that a lot of you guys think that I'm going to wipe on this, and I'm really gonna eat my words if I forget to unlock something here because of this. But actually there are a few things I need to unlock because of this task. Now, worms are interesting because they have a chance of dropping the Dragon Harpoon as well as the Dragon Sword. And if I go over here, you will see that both of these are actually contained in the Slayer log, right next to each other, right here. If you look on either side of them, there are two more items, the Dragon Throne Axe and the Dragon Knives. Now, first of all, the Dragon Harpoon is actually not just droppable from worms. It has an incredibly rare chance to drop from Temperos. In order to do a worm task, I have to unlock a fishing minigame boss, which you thought that might be weird. See, there's the Dragon Harpoon right there. The other thing that I actually have to unlock is relative to the Dragon Throne Axe and Dragon Knives. Now, these drops are incredibly rare, not only from worms, but also from the highest Slayer monster in the game, the Alchemical Hydra. So I also have to unlock a boss that requires 95 Slayer to be able to do a worm task. And some of you guys might be thinking, those seem like incredibly stupid unlocks, and honestly, part of me agrees with you, but the reality is, these both have over 10 slots available in them, and even though, you know, once you discount the duplicates like the dragon knives and throne axes, I'm going to be doing this boss eventually anyway, and same with Temperos, the only duplicate that would be in this one is the dragon harpoon. Everything else here is attainable for sure. These are things I'm going to have to unlock anyway. I have the unlocks available to me now, and I still have 4 remaining. Kind of makes sense to just do it now. Such a weird way the collection log works though. And this is why I said Slayer is a really dangerous skill. I mean, at first glance, I actually totally forgot that Hydra could also drop the throne axe and the knives. I'm really glad I remembered, because even though it's a super rare drop, it's more common than something like a Draconic Visage, and you get assigned a good chunk of worms per task, so eventually I was bound to make a mistake. Well, I'm really glad I decided to unlock Hydra there, because that's the only other place in the log besides the Slayer section where dragon knives are available. But yeah, that's a 1 in 2,000 chance right there on my very first worm task. So I'm glad I thought of that, because I can already imagine how frustrated I would have been if I just lost my status to something so stupid. As you can see though, it only counts for 1 slot for the purpose of the series, but we have 1 slot in Hydra. And then if I go to the Slayer section over here, it is also in this tab somewhere as well. There they are, right there. Boom. All right, that is my Arms Big Adventure completed. Okay, well, it's not my Arms Big Adventure completed. Hang on. I have to go all the way back up to my arm again, because that stupid fucking... What was the point of that? Huh? I don't need this. All right, well, that is my Arms Big Adventure completed. I needed this for one of the music tracks for Heart Blue. Figured I might as well just knock it out. There we go. Bam. XP. Time for a short questing spree. Zogre Flesh Eaters. Bam. Rum deal completed. Holy Wrench actually not bad either, because I can imbue a Ring of the Gods with that. All right, there is Cabin Fever completed. I might as well do the last quest in the series while I'm here. Boom. This is the Great Brain Robbery completed. Figured I might as well knock this one out because it gives me the Barrel Chest Anchor, which is needed for a Master Clue step. So, you know, might as well get it done now. I'm sure this does also give me access to Cave Horrors as a Slayer task, which is fine. I mean, I guess that's just potential profit. It's an easy task, so. Ooh, it also gives me access to the Trouble Brewing mini game, which I should probably unlock and use that as an AFK task at some point. Oh, hey, there is a level 70 Slayer. Still quite a ways to go, but it's a good start. It's a good start. Hey, there's our first Kurask task. Quite a few items I can get from here. I think Leaf-Bladed Sword, Leaf-Bladed Battle Axe, and actually, I need to double check because you can get Light Mystic here, and that might be on Hydra as well. All right, it should be fine, actually. I forgot I already have Hydra unlocked from earlier. Plus, everything that these guys drop is exclusive to the Slayer tab. The Kurask head is only in here, both Leaf-Bladed weapons, as well as the Mystic. It's either top or bottom, I can't remember, but Mystic something or other, so I should be good. Oh, hey. Well, there's a Leaf-Bladed Sword. Just trying to AFK this and eat my dinner, but hey, I'll take a free collection log slot. There's another item. Mystic Robe Top Light. Didn't expect to get 2 1 in 5 12s on this task, but I'll take it. I mean, maybe I shouldn't alch this one. It might actually be... No, it's barely worth alch price. That's alright. Still a collection log slot. Oh. Well, that's an interesting thing to get off of a superior, a Leaf-Bladed Battle Axe. So that's actually all of the regular rarity items from this task, all obtained just in one task. I'm still gonna do Kurasks because they give pretty good money, and I do still need the Kurask head, but hey, 3 slots from one task is phenomenal. Well, I missed the level actually happening, but that's 72 Slayer, which gives me the ability to get, I think, Skeletal Wyverns, and also 1,700 total. Counts on the come up. Wait. What? For the first kill of my task, I just got more dragon knives. I mean, that's a bit bittersweet because, like, I already have it and there's so many other log slots I could potentially get from here. But it's also 500k, so I'm not complaining. Well, nothing like getting a shield left half from a fire giant. Honestly, pretty good. It's free 60k, I'll take it. Hey, there we go. That is 75 Slayer, which is actually a pretty big level because it unlocks gargoyles. So whenever I get a gargoyle task, we can dip a bit more into that, if it ever happens, because it's also been 10 Slayer levels since I unlocked Dust Devils, and I've had that exactly 0 times. Ah, there we go. That is our first gargoyles task. Now, actually, believe it or not, I don't think I need to unlock Grotesque Guardians here. I'm not planning on doing it just yet because my stats aren't all the way up to par for what I want them to be, and also neither is my gear, quite frankly, for this boss, and it doesn't really make a lot of profit, so there's no reason to do it early. I need to check one thing on the log, though, before I start this. Now, gargoyles are kind of a funny one, because I really hope I'm not getting this wrong. I did double check, but there might be an item I'm forgetting about. This is one of the few Slayer monsters where I don't have to actually unlock the boss variant in order to kill the normal one. And I'm not really sure why this works. The boss boss itself, hey, look at that, free combat task. The boss itself can actually drop the granite maul and adamant boots that the regular gargoyles can drop, but for some reason, it's not listed in that collection log section. Not sure if that's an oversight by Jagex or what, but honestly, you're not going to catch me complaining about it because it just saves me some slots that I can use to unlock the boss later when I'm actually ready to kill it. It's just a weird thing. I'm not sure why it works like that. Oh man, I looked away for literally 1 second. All right, well, that's a Gmaul. We're starting to get up to the, like, actually profitable Slayer monsters now, which is really nice. So, I mean, Gmaul's 170k right now. That's nothing to sneeze at. And again, you know, another log slot. Also, sorry to this guy who I didn't respond to. Again, I was looking away from my screen. All right, Dragon Spear from a Bloodveld. Interesting. Yo. Hello. That's a dragon sword from the Superior. That's pretty sick. All right. I'll take that. Hey, there's 78 Slayer. Officially halfway there. Hey, well, there we go. I just got the brittle key. So let's go ahead and actually unlock the Grotesque Guardians, even though I don't plan on doing it yet. And I don't have it unlocked like in my series rules. Just means I have access to it now. Hey, there's task number 200. Still going. Still haven't had a single Dust Devils task yet, actually. Hey, didn't think I was gonna get that on this task. That is level 80 Slayer. 80 Slayer is a big one because it unlocks another barrageable task, which is Necrial. Necrial is up there with one of the best tasks in the entire game. And, you know, it doubles the chance of me getting a barrage task somehow since level 65 Slayer. I have still not had one Dust Devil task. I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm supposed to pay Slayer points to unlock them, but I'm almost positive that's not the case, though I will probably go check now that that thought is in my head. No, there's nothing here that says I need to have that, so I don't know what's going on with that then. A lot of these other things like Avian Seas, Lizardmen, and Like a Boss, etc. I'm going to unlock in the future. Same with Jad tasks. Unfortunately, Konar actually doesn't assign Jad tasks, but the other stuff, I think I'm just waiting until I'm not doing Konar Slayer anymore, just because, honestly, unlocking Lizardmen right now is going to result in more skips than anything, just because half the time you get them in an area where you can't even kill shamans. Look at that. Forgot I haven't had these yet. That is Adamant Boots from the Gargoyles over here. 81. Hey, and Dragon Throat Axe is on the 81 Slayer kill. Yo, that's freaking sick. That is incredibly lucky. So now I'm just missing the dragon. I got the knives already too, I think, and the sword. So just a harpoon? Dude, that's wild. You know, it's kind of funny because up until this point, I actually have been kind of complaining that I haven't had a Dust Devils task. Still haven't, by the way, but I just came to a realization that I need to actually unlock some stuff to even do a Dust Devils task. And I'm going to do this now because I'm probably going to forget to do it in the future. Funny enough, Dust Devils actually have a 1 in, I believe it's 4,000 chance to drop a Dragon Chain, which is in the Slayer log. And I totally forgot about this, but there's 2 other bosses that can also do that. One of which is the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil, so kind of weird, but I have to go ahead and unlock that now, even though it requires 93 Slayer. And then also the Calphite Queen is another one that I didn't have to anticipate unlocking for quite a while, but Dragon Chain is also in this log. So is the Dragon Pick and Dragon 2H, but we'll handle all that later. For now, back to Slayer, and I guess it's technically safe to do Dust Devils. Hey, there's a collection log slot. Totally forgot that that's actually dropped here. I kind of thought I already had this, but nice, I'll take it. Also, I haven't really been skipping tasks, as you can see by the fact that I'm doing Specters in the fucking Catacombs, which is like one of the worst tasks in existence. I somehow missed the fact that I hit 82 Slayer in there, so just 3 levels to go. I mean, the 3 longest levels, but we're almost at our goal. Almost there. God damn, dude. I finally got a burst task. Just logged on, didn't have my replay buffer on for that one, but we just got a pair of rune boots. So that is another collection log slot. I think that's the only one I can actually get from Necrials. Oh, baby, when it rains, it pours. Hey, there's 83 Slayer. I think that is Spiritual Mages. So that is just 2 more levels to go now. Almost there. Oh, missed the recording on that one, but that's 84 Slayer. Just 1 to go. Just 1 to go. More Dragon Throne Axes from Worms again. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, shit. Missed a level up message. Well, luckily my Shadowplay caught that, but that is 85 Slayer, of course. An incredibly iconic iconic level, because that means I can now take on Abby Demons and Abby Sire. Obviously, I have to unlock Abby Sire first. I feel like getting, what was it, like 50 to 85 Slayer in one video is pretty good. There is one more thing I want to do before we wrap this video up, and that is, of course, open all of our Brimstone keys. I have no idea how many of them I have, so let's go check. 249. That is the amount of Brimstone keys that we have to open. I also have a bunch of clue scroll caskets, like 56 hard clues in my bank, and that's going to result in a lot of log slots too. But I'm going to save that for the next video because I'm probably going to be grinding away at a bunch of master clue requirements as well, since I do want a bit of a break from PVM. Now, there are a handful of slots that I am going for here from the Brimstone chest. Basically, it's just the Broken Dragon Hasta, which is over here, as well as all of the Dusk Mystic set. I don't actually expect to get anything, maybe one log slot from this. It's mostly just going to be a pretty good way to recuperate some of the cost from the cannonballs and their prayer potions, and I don't even know if I actually made money training Slayer to 85 because it really doesn't become profitable until the higher levels. But let's start chipping away at this and see what we get. Wow. Okay, we got a Dusk Mystic rope top already. Cool. It's not worth, actually, it's worth 87k, so it's not terrible. But, alright, I'm not complaining. Like I said, I didn't actually expect to really get any log slots here, so I'll take it. Ooh, Force of Lazarus Seeds, that's a good one. It's 300k. Oh, and another log slot, the Broken Dragon Hasta. I think this is actually more common than the Dusk Mystic, but don't quote me on that because I could be completely wrong. Cool, 2 log slots. Anything at this point, it's just icing on the cake. I think this was going to take 10 minutes to open this, but immediately getting something else that I hadn't had yet. But that's 800k from that one, so don't catch me complaining. Give me more dragon fruit tree seeds. I did not realize they were that expensive. Hey, Mystic Boots Dusk coming in right at the end, which I'm gonna have to drop. Actually, no, I'll just wear them. Very cool. I didn't actually expect to get another log slot at all. I mean, they're probably kind of worthless, but log slot is worth more than anything. Bam, there we go. That is 261 Brimstone chests opened, and we actually got 3 log slots from that. That is fantastic. So we got the boots, we got the chest, and then we also got the Broken Dragon Hasta. And I know everyone's gonna want to see it, so let's price check this bad boy up real quick. 21 million gold. That should definitely offset the cost of the cannonballs that I bought, maybe the prayer potions as well. I honestly have no idea how much I spent actually doing Slayer. That's pretty good. I'm actually really happy with that. And I did say this was the last thing in this video, but there's one more thing we need to do, which is obviously sell off all the random Slayer loot that I've accumulated. So let's go do that. I think I'm also going to sell off this Dragon Hunter Lance because I don't really see myself using it for a while. So it's gone up in price since I bought it. I'm just going to let that one sit in there and slow sell. Well, obviously this is skewed because the Dragon Hunter Lance sold in the middle of this, but I'm pretty sure I have more gold than what I started with. I have 121 mil cash. This was a huge slog of a video. I got all the way up to 85 Slayer, and oh, my brown apron sold. What a day. Got all the way up to 85 Slayer, which is just a really good way of setting up for the future of the account, and you know, it just took a really, really long time. So make sure you guys leave a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, and have a fantastic rest of your day.